and cost number.
Okay. I know I have it written down here. Here it is. Okay. We've got Master Construction and Engineering, the Excel Constructors LLC, DBA Excel Construction Services, and UPS Supply Chain Solutions. Cause number DC 201781.
Okay, the rest of the attorneys, and give your announcements.
This is Michael Burnett for UPS, the respondent.
This is Brad Rice for Excel Constructors, aka Excel Construction Services.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and proceed.
All right, Your Honor. Like I said, my name is Gabriel Artiaga with Master Construction. So it's a motion to compel production of documents. We filed our initial production request in April 28th. I'll go ahead and start with their objections first, because that's how my motion was laid out. But their objection to my request for production number 6, that's the one I want to focus on. I'm not interested in squabbling about any of the other objections, because this is the one, like I said, the one I'm focused on. They called it, my request for production, a fishing expedition. A fishing expedition is when you're seeking discovery to find more issues rather than supporting an issue that's already in the pleadings. So of course, we're trying to find information regarding payment status. Has UPS actually paid Excel? Or in this case, there's a third-party entity, JP Chase, who I guess, my understanding is that UPS pays JP Chase, and then they pay Excel. So they call this a fishing expedition, but in fact, we're trying to find evidence that we're entitled to regarding the payment status. They also referred to it. They said that my RFP number 6 was overly broad. They said that because I'm requesting payments to other parties, and Your Honor, the very fact that there is a third party, JP Chase, that tells me that not only was it appropriate for me to ask for payments to other parties, but it was necessary, right? So we'll move on to the next part of it. So I would like their objection to RFP number 6 to be stricken.
Okay.
Moving on to the next part of my motion, their failure to produce the requested documents. Your Honor, like I said, our initial request for discovery was April 28th. So their original date was, I think, May 28th. And then we got 2 Rule 11 extensions. So after both of those extensions, the new deadline date we had agreed on was, I want to say, July 3rd. And then after that, I sent an email. There was a formal letter of deficiency, another email. I mean, we're talking, November 3rd is coming up next week. So we're almost 5 months from the deadline date, and I still don't have documents. And not only that, but we're asking about documents regarding the payment status. They have, one of their defenses is defense of payment, and they haven't shown me that they've paid a dime. The documents I've received so far are basically invoices that shows that they were billed for these amounts, but it doesn't tell me that they've actually made any payments whatsoever. They keep referring to, I think in their response, they mention that I could go to JP Chase. Well, first of all, I'm not obligated to go to another party if they have the requested information. And second of all, I'm certainly not obligated to compel a third party to provide documentation. And they also mentioned that I can go to Excel. Well, Excel wouldn't have when UPS made their payments. Excel would have when Excel received payments from JP Chase. So it's really the argument that I can go to JP Morgan or that I can go to Excel, it's irrelevant. Neither of those parties are going to have.
I get it. The response.
Yes, I'm going to keep it very brief, Your Honor. One, as we laid out in our response, we're not standing on those objections to withhold production of any document. Two, this is a funds trapping case. The critical issue is when Excel was paid. Excel was paid by JP Morgan Chase. It was not paid by UPS. Even though we do not have control over JP Morgan Chase, we obtained confirmation from JP Morgan Chase when the payments were made to Excel, and we provided that to plaintiff's counsel the end of last week. So we are doing what we can. As far as no documents, he's wrong, because as I just told you, we provided that information. Now, the real issue is, well, when did UPS pay JP Morgan Chase? Even though that's not the controlling issue, given the payment system we have on this case, we are trying to obtain what I think of as a traditional hard evidence of that. Unfortunately, UPS, very large company, it's an electronic payment transfer system. I'm trying to get that. What I have been able to obtain, which I'm happy to share with plaintiff's counsel, is an Excel export confirming the invoice numbers and when they were paid by UPS to JP Morgan. And I'm happy to provide that Excel spreadsheet to him, and that will confirm when those transfers were made. We're happy to do that. So, we're doing all we can do, Your Honor, and I'm trying to get him that information. But again, this is a funds trapping case. The critical issue is when the money was paid to Excel. He's been provided that information. He's been provided it to us by us, even though we don't have it, from JP Morgan Chase. He also ought to be getting that information. He is right. He should be obtaining that information from Excel as opposed to us. And he can obtain it from them, and I believe it will confirm exactly what we told him about payment from JP Morgan to Excel. And so really, I'm frankly, I'm not sure why we're here today, but that sums it up, and I won't get up on my soapbox, Your Honor.
All right, the court's going to grant the motion to compel. Do you have how many weeks would it take to respond to this?
Could you give me 3 weeks, Your Honor? I will give him the Excel document that I referenced. I'll give him that this week. If I can get additional information, if you could give me 3 to 4 weeks on that, Your Honor, I would appreciate it.
And if I may, the Excel document, that would be great. I would certainly appreciate that. But obviously, as you must be aware, that's not actual proof of the payment. So yeah, the 3 weeks, that's fine by us.
All right, guys, we'll go ahead and just get us an order on that, Mr. Arteaga, and we'll try to get that signed. Go ahead and email my court coordinator, Rhonda Pinson, and then e-file the order as well. Okay?
Okay, so there's actually a proposed order that we already filed with the court, so you should already have that. I'll coordinate with your court coordinator. One quick question. So you said 3 weeks. Can we set a specific date?
3 weeks from today.
So that would be